Bring the thunder. All right, batteries too low. Welcome back to the Pit Stop Ranch, where we pride ourselves on our logical approach and laser focus and planning skills and figuring out the proper order of operations, and then promptly throwing it all out the window and doing whatever our wants, desires, and emotions take us. Of course, if you haven't been following along, this is our 1953 GMC pickup Jimmy. And we thought this would be a simple 2-weekend polish and flip. And so we started looking at the work that we thought was big and heavy, and ended up turning into a full restoration project. In the meantime, we kind of overlooked usually the first thing you do on a vehicle like this, and well, see if the engine even works. Maybe keep our fingers crossed and the transmission works as advertised as well. So, in the middle of step 400 in this 1200 step cycle, we're going to jump back and do step 1. Follow along as we do Jimmy's first start. Hope you enjoy. Okay, of course, check the oil. That was a little harder coming out than it should have been. Give it an old sniff test. Sillier folk than I give it the old taste test, but they have an advanced palate that I do not. Do the next thing. It's got oil, it's got transmission fluid. As you can see, there's no radiator because we got the whole front end taken off. You can start up and run an engine for a few minutes with no coolant without a problem. A good thermal cycle is good for it. But you don't want to run it for long. Generally speaking, you want to turn it over 2 times so you go through all the valve cycles. Okay, it moves freely. I can feel good compression. Something's going on inside the distributor cap. Looks like it isn't sitting properly, which the way it's popping off very much feels like the situation. So we got a fancy schmancy Excel coil on this HEI. Okay. And this distributor is tired. But it wasn't on properly and it was snagging inside. So we're going to see about, but it needs a new cap and rotor for sure. Let's go ahead and put the battery in. We need a hot line going up to the distributor. And now I need to make a wire that goes from hot side on the starter to hot side on the distributor. This is my umpty-umpth hot wire I've made for doing this sort of stuff. I'm going to put it someplace safe, and then maybe someday I'll be able to find all the ones I made, and then I can like decorate a Christmas tree or something with them. Because I'm sure the next time I go to hot wire a vehicle like this in order to get it started, I'll make another wire, because I'd forgotten all about this one or where I put it or why I put it there, and you know, perfectly logical in the moment, but at this juncture here, meh. All right, ready?
Go. Oh no, not the battery.
Yeah.
We don't got enough juice in the battery. There it caught.
Yeah, you're right, it did. Was it? Yeah, go and spray some. Give it, open the throttle. You ready?
Go. PSI.
80 PSI. No, well, it got revved up. Yeah, nice. Next step is we hook up a fuel can inside and see if it feeds.
Okay. All right.
Ready?
Ready.
All right. Start. Huh? Yeah, that works. Neutral.
Hard.
Woo! How do the brakes feel?
Like mush. Now the brakes are all the way down.
All right.
Brakes are totally mush.
Woo! All right. Any more bleeding, I suspect. Adjusting bleeding.
All right, disconnect the lady with the battery cable.
All right. Woo-wee. All right. We went back and did step one. Even though we're somewhere around 453.2 of 1,200 steps. And it runs and it moves under its own power. We put some pretty stuff on it. We did some stuff it desperately needed in order to be functional. At idle, it is running at about 50 psi on the oil pump, and it, even though there's no radiator or anything and it's idled quite a bit, it's actually not hot, which doesn't make any sense at all. But I can sit here and touch it, and I'm not, even the cast iron headers, or cast iron exhaust manifolds should be smoking because there's all stuff on them. They're not. So, really stoked, really happy. This is a huge accomplishment. So it runs and drives. Now, in testing it, we figured out the brakes are barely functional. They're all mushy, and the pedal is going all the way to the floor. So we still got some more bleeding and adjusting to do on the brakes, but at least they held them well enough so we didn't run over any expensive filming equipment or expensive car parts. And the shifter worked, and so victory. That's a huge victory. So next we get back on fixing, you know, doing the next step 4, 75, whatever that we're working on the body. As you all know by now, we are professionals, just not at this. Leave a comment what you think, the trials and tribulations and lessons learned, and if you would, it's very, very much appreciated. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you know when the next videos are coming out. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Ciao.